What happened to her? This was just a beautiful, young, seemingly healthy 28-year-old woman.
There's no expense being spared.
I don't know how many times I've told you. I met Diddy one time. Saw him in Vegas at a party where Jay-Z was there, Diddy was there. My friend Cathy White, that y'all keep trying to tie me into her death. It is not true. I need y'all to stop this rumor that she was pregnant by Jay-Z.
People knew of Cathy White because of Jay-Z.
She was very strongly considering talking to me and telling me her story. That was the last time that I talked to her. They told me that she's dead.
Song completely illustrates a murder confession. Your body laid out on these filthy floors. Your bloodstains on my custom coutures. Now I ripped your dress and you're all black and blue. Look what you made me do.
Jay-Z is in hot water again because people are diving into his past, and a lot of fans have questions about Cathy White. This woman was linked to Jay-Z and suspected to have had an affair with him while he was married to Beyoncé. She mysteriously died at 29 years old, and now a reporter is claiming that she was preparing to tell her story about Jay-Z right before she had passed away. So let's get into it. We are doing a deep dive into a conspiracy about a woman named Cathy White and her relationship to Jay-Z and Beyoncé. You guys are probably like, who is Cathy White? Well, I'll explain to you all, but it seems like Jay-Z's involvement in this lawsuit against Diddy has really had people digging up dirt on him and his past. As we know, Jay-Z is ferociously fighting these accusations that he R-worded a 13-year-old girl with Diddy. In his response, Jay-Z wrote, "Only your network of conspiracy theorists, fake psychics, will believe these idiotic claims that you have levied against me, that if not for the seriousness surrounding the harm to kids, would be laughable." Although he's denying all of these claims, this hasn't stopped fans from going onto the internet, digging into his past, and creating these theories about some of his previous romances.
2020, y'all. And it's different than when it was 2016. You know, the game has been elevated. As we can tell, there's no expense being spared. We had a black billionaire's lunch. You understand? Right. And we here together, and we're going to keep staying together. We getting tighter. You know what I'm saying? And united we stand. And ain't nothing else to us. Right?
Oh, Jay-Z and his good pal Diddy. I can't wait until I post my video about a timeline of their friendship, because they've been friends for quite some time. But one name that keeps coming up is Cathy White. Now, Cathy White is deceased. She was a former PR guru and at one point linked to Jay-Z. Now, Cathy Michelle White was born in Fort Johnson, Louisiana on July 3rd, 1982. She was also known by the names of Little Cathy, Koreana, Hun, and Corey because she was half Korean and half African American. She reportedly attended Maury High School in Norfolk and then graduated from Howard University in Washington back in 2004. According to her obituary, she worked as an industry publicist and health and fitness expert. A video posted on YouTube by an account, Trap Lore Ross, claims that she thrived when she was in LA, where she had said to have crossed paths with a bunch of influential figures including Nikki Chu, Genoa Maxwell, and Claudia Jordan. If you look at her IMDb page, you'll see that, well, first off, the name is Karina Hun, remember that nickname, and she actually did some acting as well, appearing in Big Day, Nobody Smiling, and Deep in the Valley, starring Chris Pratt, Denise Richards, and Kim Kardashian. So imagine this, you're out grabbing a coffee, maybe running a quick errand, and then out of nowhere, bam, you're in a car accident, and now you've got medical bills adding up like a bad to-do list. And no surprise, the insurance company is giving you the runaround. It's like, really, can I catch a break? Sadly, this happens way too often. You've got these firms that promise you the world and leave you buried in paperwork and stuck with those low ball settlements. That's not right, but it doesn't have to be your story. Enter Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. These guys are like the Avengers of legal help. With over 1,000 attorneys and offices in each state, they've got the muscle to take on big insurance companies and fight for you. And let me tell you, they don't mess around. Just this year, they locked in a $26 million settlement in Philly, 40 times the insurance offer. So clearly Morgan & Morgan is the firm you want fighting for you. Plus, it's super easy, no appointments, no stuffy meetings. You can submit everything they need right on your phone, and it doesn't cost you a dime unless you win. So if you've been injured or you know somebody, don't wait. You can go to forthepeople.com/Sloan, or you can check out my link in the description below. Remember, it's all free unless you win. Morgan & Morgan has your back because they're for the people. Thank you for sponsoring this video and enjoy. Now, it's unclear how or where Cathy and Jay-Z had met, but according to Trap Lore Ross, they may have crossed paths while in Vegas through their mutual friend Claudia Jordan. You guys are probably asking, who is this new character Claudia Jordan? Well, I've got a clip of her explaining her relationship with Jay-Z, and here it is.
Having had enough of the rumors, my friend Claudia Jordan spoke up about her late friend, Coriana, and she clapped all the way back while she was on Instagram Live. She defended her friend, but first explained how she met Diddy. Look.
And some lying assholes on the Instagram, on the media,
media
that have said stuff about me. They try to tie me to things, and me as well. But I don't know how many times I've told you. I met Diddy one time. I was at the BET Awards in 2008, I think it was, when MySpace was still around. I was at rehearsal. He was at rehearsal, and he comes up to me and says, what parties are you going to? And I was like, I don't know. What did you know other parties are? And he's like, yeah. So he got my phone number, and I said he would let me know what the popping places were. I was like, cool. That's it. We go backstage. We had some drinks. I had one of them cheap-ass disposable cameras. Okay, I said, ooh, can we get some pictures? We took a picture. Anyone that knows me knows how playful I am. I put my hand on his face like this, and he was behind me like.
Now, there are some people who speculate that Claudia knows more about Cathy White, Coriana. I guess her friends called her Corianana. I know I heard her say it, but I don't know how to pronounce it. Corianana. I'm going to call her Cathy. This person wrote on Twitter, if this is Cathy White, then next to her definitely looks like Claudia Jordan, but that's definitely Jay-Z and Diddy. So if this is her with her hand across her face, wearing the white, as you guys can see circled here, Claudia Jordan does know more than what she's saying. Understandably, she's afraid to speak the truth. There have been numerous conspiracy theories about Cathy White since her death. One rumor, which recently resurfaced thanks to conspiracy theorist Jaguar Wright, claimed that Cathy had been pregnant at the time of her death. Speaking on Instagram, Jaguar says that Diddy and Jay-Z orchestrated a cover-up surrounding Cathy's death, saying, was it an aneurysm, Diddy, or are you going to start snitching about what really happened? You and Jay-Z down in Vegas in town with Claudia. Why don't you just talk about Cathy? Jaguar also claims that Cathy had revealed that she was pregnant with Jay-Z's child just 24 hours before her death. In Jaguar's words, she said the timing was far too convenient to be a coincidence. For her, the stakes looked pretty high, protecting Jay-Z's reputation and his marriage to Beyoncé, especially since the couple was about to announce Beyoncé's pregnancy at this time. Now, Claudia actually spoke a little bit about this in her interview, and there's a lot of people on the internet that do not believe her. A lot of people think that Claudia switching up, maybe she's been paid off or influenced. Claudia said she came to my house a few times during the months we hung out in 2010, and she was never pregnant around me. Matter of fact, we drank, gambled together, and played craps in Vegas and went to an amusement park with her then BF that was not Jay-Z. Let's go ahead and react to this snippet of the interview together.
Saw him in Vegas at a party where Jay-Z was there, Diddy was there, my friend Cathy White that y'all keep trying to tie me into her death. It is not true. She was not having an affair with Jay-Z. She never told me she was messing with him. Matter of fact, when she died, she had a boyfriend. His name was Malcolm, and she died with him. I need y'all to stop this rumor that she was pregnant by Jay-Z. She never told me that. I never seen her pregnant. I seen her drinking. We went to Magic Mountain, Six Flags together, and was on the rides. These are not things that people that are pregnant by superstars do. No. They try to protect that fetus. Okay? So I need y'all to stop, and people keep saying this shit, and it pisses me off. I'm sure it doesn't make her family feel good to constantly see this being brought up, that she was this mistress. She never told me. I met her in Memorial Day weekend in 2008. Okay, I went to Vegas with my friend Nikki Chu. So go ask her. Okay, I've been not saying her name. She introduced me to her. We stayed in the same hotel room because back then we was broke. Okay, me and my girls live in Vegas. We did a girls trip. And she was like, my girl Corey, she's cool. When we went out, we saw Jay-Z's assistant, who knew me from before. I auditioned for his videos, and we were cool. She invited us to dinner at Tao. Diddy, Jay-Z, Larry Johnson was at the dinner table. And this is an exclusive, y'all. I'm finally telling y'all. We was all around. Cathy was there. Nobody was hitting on us. We were actually like sitting there like, we don't belong at this table.
Now, there are some people who are poking holes in Claudia's story. This person commented, but first she said they weren't friends. Another person wrote, so she said she never heard from him again after the phone call, but then he drove by and talked to her, and then she reveals that she had dinner with him. She said she had met Diddy one time, but this is now 3. One person wrote, Claudia is a liar and got paid off. Another person added, didn't she say before she didn't even know Cathy like that? Another person wrote, man, they paid her off. And then finally, this person commented, girl, make up your mind first. You told Tasha K that you barely knew Cathy White. Now, Cathy reportedly died of a brain aneurysm at the age of 29, far too young. Her death came as a shock to many, with some even going so far as to say they suspected foul play. Photos from a party appear to show Cathy White hanging out with Jay-Z as well as Diddy. A former Star journalist and conspiracy theorist named Liz Crokin began investigating the alleged affair between Jay-Z and Cathy White in 2010. She says, quote, "My boss asked me to look into an online blog reporting that there was a woman named Cathy White who friends also called Corey, and she was having an affair with Jay-Z. She says, I then uncovered photos of Cathy hanging out with Jay-Z and Diddy, no less, at the Tao nightclub in Las Vegas. So I called her back and I asked her about the photo evidence that debunked her initial claim that she had never met or hung out with Jay-Z. At this point, Cathy expressed to me that she would consider going public with her story." Now let's talk a little bit more about what happened with Liz. She shared on Twitter that in 2011, I was the reporter that Jay-Z's alleged mistress, Cathy White, was going to do an interview with and go public with her story. A few days later, she was found dead. Now, Liz has said herself that she believes that Jay-Z and Diddy are responsible for her death. And here's a little clip of her talking about her experience.
She would consider telling her story to me on the record, which implied to me, obviously, that if she was willing to tell her story about Jay-Z, that it was indeed true that she was having an affair with him. So that was pretty much it. That was the last time that I talked to her. And I was, under the impression that she was very strongly considering talking to me and telling me her story about her affair with Jay-Z. A few days go by and I'm following up with her, I'm calling her and I can't get a hold of her. And it was just really weird because she always answered her work phone. I thought it was really strange that she wasn't answering her phone. She was MIA. I didn't know what the deal was. So I ended up reaching out to one of her colleagues. They told me that she's dead. What do you mean she's dead? What happened to her? This was just a beautiful, young, seemingly healthy 28-year-old woman. So obviously when I heard this, it was very troublesome and disturbing to find out that this woman who possibly was going to give me an exclusive story on her affair with one of the most powerful rappers in the world, very convenient for Jay-Z.
Now, I don't know if we can believe Liz. Again, she is more of a conspiracy theorist, but I don't think she has any reason to lie about this. Plus, it's like over a decade old at this point that I feel like, she has no reason really to lie about it. Is she really getting that much clout off of this? And plus, it kind of puts her in danger. The conspiracy theory alleges that Cathy White was pregnant with Beyonce's husband, Jay-Z's child, before her death. Now, this conspiracy claims that she had actually given birth to this child, which sounds like more of a reach. They write, shortly after giving birth, Cathy passed away under mysterious circumstances. It further alleges that Beyonce's first child with her husband, Blue Ivy, is actually Cathy White's baby. Which, I don't know, is that a reach? Now, because Jay-Z is currently in trouble with Diddy, people are bringing up Cathy White again. One person replied to TMZ's article on Twitter, writing, "Protect this girl at all costs," when Jay-Z's been asking for this accuser to be revealed. She writes, "We know what happened to Cathy White." Liz tweeted, "It's only a matter of time before spirit cooking Jay-Z is exposed like Diddy. There's a reason Kanye said Jay's got murders. I would know. He's evil to the core. I pray there will be justice for Cathy White one day." Liz also continued with a statement. Diddy, who hung out with Jay-Z when he was with Cathy, has also been accused of getting rid of his ex-girlfriend, Kim Porter, who died under suspicious circumstances. Kim's baby daddy, Al B, has suggested that it was murder. Jaguar Wright has also said she absolutely believes without hesitation Diddy did something to Kim. Furthermore, Jaguar has also claimed that Jay-Z is worse than Diddy, which she got in trouble for. Actually, I'm pretty sure Jaguar Wright is being sued by Jay-Z and Beyonce right now, so sounds scary. This person tweeted, "Wow, just wow. I hope Cathy gets her justice. He probably forced her to do things with him." Another person tweeted, "And it was your queen Beyonce who called for the death to side chicks after the Becky incident at the Met Gala elevator." Another person writes, "So is Cathy White Becky with the good hair?" Now, Beyonce did announce her pregnancy with Jay-Z on August 28th at the 2011 MTV VMAs. A few days after that is when Cathy White had died.
They say Beyonce's wedding ring was given to Cathy first. Allegedly, she was pregnant. The announcement was made on August 28th. Blue was born January 7th, so if you count full term back 40 weeks, that would mean she conceived around April 30th, making her about 4 months in this photo. You would think that since she had so much trouble conceiving in the first place that she would wait at least till 6 or 7 months. Typically, a person as fit as her wouldn't start showing until they were 6 or 7 months. Their On the Run tour premiered on HBO on 9/20 or 9/2. They ended the tour on September 13th because they have that song together, the very first song they did together, Me and My Girlfriend. September 13th was the day that Tupac died. Cathy White died September 1st, but they found her September 2nd, just days before Beyonce's birthday.
So a lot of these dates just kind of overlap in a suspicious way. Beyonce rejected claims that she had a surrogate carry her baby, saying that was crazy. It wasn't her fault. It was just crazy. She said she thought, where did they come up with this? Because she claims she, carried her child. Fans have also found lyrics of Beyonce's song Daughter from her album Cowboy Carter to be suspicious. Lyrics include, your body laid out on these filthy floors, your bloodstains on my custom couture. Bathroom attendant let me right in. She was a big fan. I really tried to stay cool, but your arrogance disturbed my solitude. Now I ripped your dress and you're all black and blue. Look what you made me do. Ooh. You have to admit that those lyrics are a little bit creepy, especially for a country song. But when it comes to Beyonce's pregnancy, there's been conspiracies for a long time, especially when you see these old videos or photos, and I don't know if they're doctored, but I've heard people talk about them for years now. Like the moment where Beyonce was doing an interview and she sat down and it looked like her stomach almost had deflated. People questioning whether the fact that she's actually pregnant in this moment or not, which seems so weird to debate. But I mean, I guess people can fake pregnancies.
People knew of Cathy White because of Jay-Z, okay? Yikes. So here's where it gets a little crazy. Now, even though we saw Beyonce's bump publicly, there's a video of Beyonce sitting down for an interview and her whole stomach just deflates in the video, and it's very weird.
This is crazy.
If you listen to Daughter, the song completely illustrates a murder confession. The lyrics in the song say, your body laid out on these filthy floors, your bloodstains on my custom coutures. Bathroom attendant let me right in. She was a big fan. I tried to stay cool, but your arrogance disturbed my solitude. Now I ripped your dress and you're all black and blue. Look what you made me do. So fans are speculating that Beyonce had Cathy White killed after Cathy White had the baby and claimed the baby as her own, and that baby is Blue Ivy.
Now, Kanye has always been, a loudmouth in Hollywood, and he said some things about Jay-Z that almost seems like he's alluding to the Cathy White situation. One person wrote, I always found it strange that Kanye sampled a dark and deep song like Strange Fruit just to talk about gold diggers and Jay-Z. What do you guys think? Now, let's just go ahead and try to read this. To all my second string B words, trying to get a baby, now you talking crazy. I don't give a damn if you used to talk to Jay-Z. He ain't with you, he's with Beyonce. You need to stop acting lazy. She Instagram herself, he Instagram his watch, he only want to see that ass in reverse. $2,000 bag with no cash in your purse. Now you're sitting courtside, wifey on the other side. Gotta keep them separated. I call that apartheid. Then she said she was pregnated. That's the night your heart died. Then you gotta get into your girl and report that the main reason because your pastor said you can't abort that. Now your driver says that the new Benz, you can't afford that. All the cocaine on the table, you can't snort that. Go into that, all that money that the court got on that alimony. Yeah, she got you, homie. Till death do you part. Unholy matrimony. So maybe talking about, can you guys decipher, please? The part that stands out to me is the heart died and things, and I think maybe he's saying that Jay-Z is against abortion, so getting rid of the entire person in general would be better, which sounds again insane. But imagine if this was all true. It really speaks to the evil of Hollywood. This was quite a conspiracy. I want to hear what you guys think in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed this video. What do you think happened to Cathy White? And I'll see you in a new one soon. Bye guys.